to be back.
Hey, it's Ted Spaghetti, and I'm back with a brand new review. I took a long break, but now I'm back. And today, I'm reviewing Studio Series number 32 Voyager class Optimus Prime from Transformers. This is the new Studio Series Optimus Prime, and we're getting another one in the next wave based off of the Bumblebee movie appearance. And then the wave after that, we're getting another Studio Series Optimus Prime based off of Dark of the Moon. So, lots of Optimus Primes. We had lots of Bumblebees, now we're having lots of Optimus Primes, but at least the Optimus Primes, you know, make sense and are not like cheap repaints or whatever. So yeah, here he is. His truck mode is okay. It gets some of the details in there, but it's not very convincing as a truck. Like this window section here, there's not a lot of, like, maybe this little angle here is supposed to separate the two windows, but it's like, it either looks like there's 3 windows here because of the panel lines, or there's only 1 window right here, and that's weird for a truck. The smokestacks are, like, they're very short. I wish they would replace the vehicle modes with the robot mode ones. And I think that these gas cans right here are like really small compared to the rest of the vehicle, and they're up really high, and then this part right here just kind of looks odd. The feet on the back are whatever. I don't really care, but it looks good. At least it has, you know, the silver rims, and it's a lot brighter and vivid than the previous Studio Series Optimus Prime. I didn't buy that one because I thought it kind of looked ugly, but what I do have is kind of the first attempt at having like a really accurate Voyager scale Optimus Prime, and this was the Hunt for the Decepticons one, released in 2010. Yes, my smokestacks are bent, but that's what happens when it's stuck in a toy box and spends its life there for 9 years, but whatever. And as you can see, it's a slightly larger figure, but Voyagers were bigger then, but this was considered small at the time. And the wheels are a lot nicer. They look just more appealing to look at with the, because since they're pinned in, but the design of these, since they're clip-on wheels, kind of ruins the look, which is unfortunate. The gas cans, as I said, these are a little lower to the ground, which is more accurate to the real-life vehicle, whereas these are higher up and they're just smaller. It looks odd. Why isn't this tabbing it? Oh, I guess I just didn't have it flush out. Yeah, I like the orange fade on this a little better than the plain red, but the Dark of the Moon version will have that. Yeah, the windows are just a lot nicer, in my opinion. While I think this is a better figure overall, I do slightly like the robot mode of this a little more. That's what we'll get into in a little bit. Just the articulation is nicer overall. Here's the instruction booklet. Studio Series number 32 Optimus Prime, and then here's the back, where it shows how you can combine him with Jetfire, and it shows you the instructions to transform him into. So it advertises Jetfire and Bone Crusher on here, which makes sense since Bone Crusher has the same backdrop and scene as Optimus Prime, while Jetfire combines with him. So he has play features with him. Here's the box. It's your standard Studio Series box. I do absolutely love that they used the old 2007 movie art. You see this art on, like, stickers, cards, like, everything, like, all the merchandise. This was what it looked like. It had this CG render of him, or, this one. This is him doing that stupid pose that everyone hates. I thought that was cool. And then this right here, pure nostalgia right here, using this old art. I absolutely love it. Now, I do love, don't get me wrong, I do love the stuff like the other Studio Series art. Like, this is like original art and stuff. And I like that, but I really do love that they put his old art on there. That is like real nostalgia right there for me. He comes with his gun, which we'll get into in robot mode. And it can store on here. It's kind of, I don't like it that much. I've spent 5 minutes talking about the vehicle mode and comparisons and boxes, so let's transform it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, I like to take these wheels out and kind of swing them backwards. They just peg in the wheel well. Then you're going to kind of stick your finger under here and then pop these sections out. This is a little tough the first time. Also, maybe it's probably because I don't know why, but this doesn't want to peg together as of recent. I only got this yesterday, so yeah, you're going to pop these open and take out these little panels right here, just to get them out of the way. And then you're going to come into the very back right here of the cab piece and then swing it forward. Yeah, bring these wheels back all the way here. Kind of loosen up this back section here and bring it up. Bring these pieces in and swing these around. Tab that in right there. And these can kind of like position any way you want. Now you're gonna come in through here and pull out these window sections. Kind of just pull them out a little more. And then you're gonna get these gas cans back behind here. You're gonna tuck them in and then push them back as you pull these window assemblies forward. Start to split the cab right here, just in half. Kind of bring it up and out of the way. Come to the back section here. Swivel his waist forward so that these little these little holes right here are facing you. Split the legs. Bring that wheel piece. Actually, I'll keep that down for clearance. Bring these feet down and tab them in. This has been a popular design choice for Optimus Prime, at least in like his regular boxy truck look, since about 2014 when we got Invasion Mode Optimus Prime. Oh, he can't even fit my friend. I do have a constricted reviewing area though. So now you have him kind of looking like a wreck here. Yeah, bring this section back here that you tabbed that onto and kind of accordion it back. Fold his head up and then bring the windows. Okay, now you have him like this and you have these windows in. Now you're gonna come in here and bring these sections around. Now kind of swivel them up and start to bring them into place. And then inside here, on this gray piece right here, has a little hole and that'll tab into that peg right there. So just bring that in right there. Then you can, and then you're gonna wanna streamline all of this so that these tabs fit into each other, and then bring the gas cans over like that. So come up here, like I said before. Tab it in, if I can. Okay, tab it in. Now, so that you can work on the back piece, just tab that bit in right there. Tab the waist in all the way. Bring in these back pieces right there. And then these little tabs right here are gonna slot into these holes on the grill or the bumper. Kind of just straighten out everything back here. Swing his arms down, and then you're gonna come in here, and then his arms are in peg holes in here. So kind of just pop them out, swivel them down, bring his fist out and twist it the correct way. And then this little tab right here slots into this piece right here, this gray piece just behind his fist. So bring everything back here, bring his fist out, and there you have Studio Series. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot this step right here. Bring these pieces up. Bring those wheels up. Like that. There you have Studio Series number 32, Voyager class Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And he looks actually really good. I think this is the better of the two modes, of course. I would rather them have a nice robot mode than a nice vehicle mode. I think this one has a nice balance. I'll transform that so we can do comparisons in a little bit. But yeah, he looks really just nice to have on your shelf. You know, I think the Studio Series number 5 was like the sore thumb of the first wave of Studio Series figures. You had really good ones like, you know, Ratchet and Blackout and Grimlock. Grimlock was probably the best looking of the wave. And stuff like Starscream. And then Optimus Prime was just kind of weird. And he had kind of ugly proportions, and he had the black piece on his chest right here. And he didn't look that great. He kind of just looked like a skinny box with arms and legs. And I didn't like that. But this one kind of looks more like Optimus Prime did in the movies. I think this chest piece right here, even though it is faux, you know, it's not made of any real parts from the vehicle. It pulls off the look really well. It's not something like the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, where his chest is really deformed and weird looking. This looks, you know, proportionate. The only real proportion complaint that I have in robot mode is that maybe these pieces up here are a little too skinny. I don't know, it looks small compared to kind of his bigger forearms, and his legs have pretty good proportions. I do like that you can move his whole leg and stuff with all these wheels on it. And they do swivel. I'll get into articulation in a second. Here's his gun. His gun is pretty accurate to the movie. My only complaint about it, though, is that it's small. It kind of looks like a large pistol in his hand, when this thing was kind of more like a rifle, I guess, is huge. But yeah, it's okay. I wish they had just maybe blended the details a little more in with his fist, or maybe they could come up with a way where you could maybe take out his fist or something, and then this would plug on, because or just have it either way, because in some scenes of the movie it was a part of his arm, and then in other parts of the movie he would just hold on to it. But it is nice. And then if you wanted to do weapon storage, you could put it on his back, where he usually would pull it out from, since it is made out of the gas cans. I really do love that it's like burnt at the end. It doesn't look too good from the back. I think other Primes have done it better. I wish there was like maybe some angle piece in here, like, is this only for Jetfire? No, I guess you could plug it back there, but then you have the gas cans kind of spread out, or, oh wait a minute, god dang it. Yeah, you can't do that with having those in, so, it's whatever. For articulation, this Prime is probably my most articulated Voyager Optimus Prime. I wish the Last Night version was as bendable as this one is. He has 360 rotation at the shoulders, in and out at the shoulders, and this little piece right here flips up to move along with it. Then he has a swivel up here, just above his elbow. Then he has a bend at the elbow, and then it can go a little bit backwards due to transformation. And then he has a wrist swivel right here. He has waist articulation, but it's a bit hindered by his wheels, so you have to bend his wheels back down a little bit. so that you can get his wrist or his waist articulation around. Oh shoot, what got stuck here? Oh, there. For his legs are really articulate. He's got ankle tilt that goes about that far. It's not as good as Studio Series 18 Bumblebee, but it does go back. It goes pretty far. That's about as wide as the stances you're going to get from him, which I think is a good enough stance without it looking too awkward, because Bumblebee's, he can literally do the splits at his ankles, which is kind of horrifying to look at. He's got a bend at the foot, and then go a little bit forwards, which is nice, so he can do kind of like the creepy, weird zombie motif here going on. He's got a bend at the knee, but it is very tight. His joints are very tight on his legs, I've noticed. Better them tight than loose, though. Then he's got some movement here above the knee. And then he's got, his legs are in universal joints, but, and they're on universal ratchets, actually, which is kind of a cool thing. They're soft ratchets, though, and it only happens when you move the leg outwards, but forwards and backwards, I mean, you can't really go all that much backwards due to his backpack right here, but it's pretty good. One good thing about this, he can combine with Jetfire, of course, unlike Studio Series number 5, which is strange because that one is from Revenge of the Fallen, and that's the one that can't actually combine, even though Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen could combine. But they do sport the same look. So yeah, so that's about it for just robot mode by himself. Let's get in some comparisons here. So for comparisons, here's Battleblade's Optimus Prime from Hunt for the Decepticons. Oh shoot, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Here he is with Battleblade's Optimus Prime, and Battleblade's Optimus Prime is actually a lot taller than him, even though this is upscaled from Studio Series number 5, since that was a bit too small. So yeah, they're both Voyager class, but this one's a lot more hefty, you know. One of the things that I really do like about Studio Series number 32 compared to Battleblade's is that his feet are a lot nicer. I mean, some of the details are there, but it's just not the, you know, the classic foot shape of movie Optimus. The backpack, I think, looks a little more nicer on this one because it's more accurate to the movie. And the smokestacks, what I wish they had done with the smokestacks on this one is maybe had the short end, or the back end on it, like right here, so that you could swivel it backwards and then it would look like it had just collapsed. But, like, these are too tall, but these are too short. I want to find some middle ground in them. But yeah, I'd say this is a fine comparison since they are basically in the same scale and they're both based off the same design. Here's Siege Optimus Prime, which I think I'll review soon. Siege Optimus, let's see here. They're almost the same height, but I think Siege Prime is a little taller. But yeah. And then finally, of course, we have Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. And yeah, that's pretty tall. I think what's sad is that I think this Optimus Prime, he costs $30 and he's a Voyager class, but I think the Battleblade Bumblebee from 2010 is the same height as him, which is really sad. But yeah, there's like, that's a big size difference. Oh, and before I end the review, let's take a look at his backdrop. What I did find odd is that he doesn't come with just at least one blade. So you could properly recreate this scene with Bone Crusher, because in the movie, or in this exact scene that he's supposed to be based off of, or that this toy is supposed to go with, he never used his gun. at all. He's mainly using like his arms, and then finally just one of his blades, which is the first appearance of his blade ever in the movies. I wish they had gave him one sword so that you could properly recreate Bone Crusher's death scene. I might get Bone Crusher, I'm not quite sure yet. But yeah, so here he is in his backdrop. Give me some time and I'll, make a cool pose, but yeah, so here it is. You have some cars in here. What I did find odd is that this car here happens to have some kind of license plate. It kind of looks like a plate from the UK, which is odd because this is, in Nevada right here, or maybe just getting into California, which is it's just a bit odd. But the cars here are nice. I think they fit the time period pretty well. Because it would be odd if you saw like really modern cars when these cars are, 12 years old and stuff. But yeah. So, I think that about does it for this review. As always, don't believe the news, don't believe the hype, spaghetti out.